There is a common saying that nothing good comes easy. Yes, the road to the top may be full of challenges, but you can overcome them by turning the stumbling blocks to stepping stones to your desired destination. A good number of Nigerian bakers who have crossed the hurdles are doing remarkably well in the industry because they already understand and apply this wisdom. This is Baker's World on the network service of the NTA. I am Funke Oyele. We're thrilled to have you join us.
We have a rich lineup for you this week on Baker's World. Our guest is a courageous male baker who left his banking career for baking. You'll get to know what informed his decision and more about him in our conversation segment. We'll be sharing with you a unique pureed strawberry cake recipe. Also, our artistic guest will create a zoo-themed cake for your viewing pleasure. Sure, you won't want to miss our gist of the week on Baker's Gist. Get set to enjoy all these and more on the show. Do keep watching. We'll be back soon. Jerome Onaivi is our guest today on Baker's World. Born on November 28, 1979, Jerome Onaivi hails from Edo State. In 2003, he obtained a degree in Agricultural Economics and Extension from the Federal University of Agriculture, Makurdi, Benue State. Jerome also bagged a master's degree from Benue State University, Makurdi, in 2017. Jerome Onaivi is the Chief Executive Officer of Cakes That Rock in Abuja. He is married and blessed with 2 children. Join us as we chat with this articulate and industrious cake artist, Jerome Onaivi.
Today I am delighted to present our very first male baker on the show, Mr. Jerome Onaivi. You're welcome to Baker's World.
Thank you very much.
From banking to baking, what informed your decision to switch to the baking industry?
Yeah, I worked at the bank for a while there. When it was time to leave, yes, I left and, tried my hands on a couple of things. Then one day my wife, she told me, you bake very well and your friends, everybody knows you bake. So why don't you go into full-time baking? And it was like light bulb. And I said, okay, that's fine, I'll do that. And I started commercial baking in 2012, and reached out to my friends and family.
It is very rare, to find a young boy, learning to bake from his parents. But, tell us more about how your own passion started and you picked up baking and you still decide to be doing it till this point.
I started baking, say, to the end, maybe towards the end of my SS3, yeah, that should be 1998 or so. And that was because I always watched my mom and sisters bake. And, I liked eating cake. And I said to myself, if I can do this, then I can get a big chunk instead of getting the small chunks I get, the small pieces they get to give me. So I started trying my hands on it, and over time I got better. Then when I moved to the university, I started baking for my friends. So a good number of my friends knew I could bake, so they were always asking for cake. So I rush home, bake, and bring to school, and we all eat and we're happy. Then someday my mom says, you know what, you're going to be buying gas for me, because you're always using my gas to bake. And it just hit me that I had to do something. So I started charging my friends for cake, and they were okay with it. They were okay paying for cakes. So it now turned to a business for me in university, because I could easily go home, make a cake, ice it, and deliver in school. So all my friends and a good number of people in school then knew that I could bake.
How do you feel being in a female-dominated industry? Do you feel intimidated at all?
I actually feel indifferent. In fact, I actually feel blessed, blessed amongst the women, because yeah, you get to learn a lot from them, and it's easy to work with them and share ideas. So I pretty much have so many baker friends, and they help. We exchange ideas to better our products. And intimidated? No. I grew up with 3 sisters, and I'm happily married. I have a wife, so I basically, yeah, I just say the world is for everyone.
Starting any business in this country sometimes could be very challenging, especially for small startups. So talk to us more about some of the challenges that you face and how you've managed to overcome them.
For challenges, I like to look at them as constants in any business. And you have to find a way to work over them or find a solution. Now, solution, what do we do? I would say, for instance, power, the situation of power, it's a very big challenge, but you have to overcome it. So we got a generator, and at least it's working for us.
So let's talk about the cake you're making today, the pureed strawberry cake. Strawberry, has water, especially when you puree it. Doesn't this affect the consistency of the cake? And then what kind of decoration should we expect on this cake?
Okay, today we're making a strawberry puree cake, and with fresh strawberries. And the strawberry gives it a rich texture and also adds to the taste. So you discover that the cake is rich because strawberry is very good, rich in vitamins, and the cake will be moist because of the fluids from the strawberry. Also, it's something you can take with your tea in the morning. It's healthy. There's low sugar in it. We're all trying to move to the healthy side, so cut down on sugar. So there's less sugar in it, and anybody can enjoy it. It also has that sweet and a little bit sour taste because some parts of the strawberry.
So what type of decoration should we expect on this cake?
We are making a zoo-themed cake. At the end of the day, we're going to do some paint work on it, just to bring the outline of the zoo entrance. And if time permits, we'll do maybe a couple of animals, maybe 2 or 3 animals. We're going to mold them, live molding, and place them on our cake. It's going to be a wonderful cake.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's really been a pleasure having this chat with you.
Thank you very much.
That was our conversation with the CEO of Cakes That Rock, Mr. Jerome Onaivi. Well, you've heard it from him. Consistency, hard work, and timely delivery of his product. These are his business philosophies. We'll take Baker's Gist next.
This wonderful and beautiful work of art, specially made by myself. What actually inspired me to make this edible work of art is the fact that we are in the summer season, and these are basically fruits that are popular, fruit that are in season. We have the watermelon, which is depicted with sugar and cake. We have some lemon, some oranges, some grapes. Then I have my amazing topper here, a carved cake in form of pineapple, and it's designed with sugar. Even the leaves are quite edible. This is sugar. And I have some molded fruits here, the orange, the watermelon, all in sugar. Then I have my beautiful strawberry, all made in sugar. Isn't that amazing?
Do you know that you can make a puree of fresh strawberry, add it to your batter, and prepare a crowd-pleasing cake? It's called a pureed strawberry cake. On our Let's Bake segment today, our guest Jerome Onaivi, an assistant, will take us through the procedure of making a pureed strawberry cake. It's a recipe you'll like to try soon once you watch us today. Let's kickstart as I hand over to our baker now.
First thing, we'll introduce the margarine into our mixer, margarine and sugar into our mixer. Now we'll check the mixture to be sure that it's nice and fluffy. See, the mixture is quite fluffy. Next, you pour in your egg. You pour it in 2 parts. At this point, we add our flavor. Pureed strawberry. We mix it with the yogurt. We also break up the strawberry jam and add to the yogurt too. Just stir it gently so it can mix properly. Then we're going to mix our baking powder with our flour. Just mix it in gradually. Now we're left with 2 items, just our flour and the milk mixture. We're going to take half portion of the flour and pour into our mix. At this point, you pour in your liquid mix, which comprises of jam, pureed strawberry and yogurt. Pour in the remaining part of your flour. It is time to take out our nicely mixed mixture and pour in our already glazed pan. You can see how nice and fluffy it is. Our fluffy mixture of the pureed strawberry cake ready to go into the oven. Now we are done with our strawberry pureed cake. As you can see, it's all nice and fluffy. We're going to merge it with a fruit cake and a chocolate cake, just so that you can get give it the required height for the decoration and design you have in mind. Start my frosting process. So we'll add our frost. So we have nicely stacked our cakes, and we're going to do some light trimming before we coat it and cover it with fondant. Okay, now we'll put some skewer sticks here to hold them in place, and this will help us put the cakes in place so that they don't move while we trim. We're just going to do light trimming to give it the perfect cylindrical shape we want before we coat it to get the required cylindrical shape. And we're going to cream this with American buttercream. Just do a quick cream over it. So we scrape off the excess and level the top so we can get the perfect cylinder. We are ready to knead our fondant and roll it out so that we can cover our nicely made cake. see, fondant is quite pliable, so we can maneuver it whichever way we want. We now smoothen it up before we apply it on the cake. So we now cut out the excess. So the base of our board is going to be green. So now we take this off the board, off the table, and prepare the base of our board, which is going to be green. And get the board wet with some water, just some light water. And we now cut a circle, small circle. In the middle. Then we just wear this over the board. Cut out the excess. I'm going to use my pattern press to do some decorations on the board. This way. We'll take out the excess so that our board looks very nice and clean. Now we're done with covering the cake. We're going to proceed to the paint work. We want to make a zoo themed cake, so we're going to paint the outline of the zoo gate. So we're going to replicate, try to paint the outline of the zoo gate on the cake. I will start by drawing the outlines for the colors, and we'll take it from there. Move to the trunk. Every tree must have a tree trunk, so we move to the trunk, and as you can see, our trees are beginning to take very good shape. This is the third tree. We just have some small shadow trees to go with the horizon. This part is our walkway. We're going to put some tiles with fondant on our walkway. Then before that, we'll just do some hedge, some underlining hedge all the way, and we'll do a mixture of yellow and green for the hedge. And we'll now move to creating the walkway with fondant. Before that, I'll just use, I'll do some birds. I'll try and include some birds in the sky. So we try to, yeah, just some birds flying. Now you cut to the desired height of the fence, but I'm going to use this same material for the walkway. So I'm going to do the impress for this and transfer as our walkway. Our walkway is in a triangular shape, so we'll take this out and we're going to place it in here. Now our paintwork is all done. We will continue with the fence. So we're going to make a fence, and we'll use this pattern to impress on the fondant so we can get a fence-like outline. So this is what we do. You put and press, and you can see that's the fence pattern on it. Use your cutter and you get a cut to the desired height for your fence. It was pre-cut, so we place this here, and it's going to go all around, all the way to the end. So now we want to do some decorations just on the fence, just some light decoration. So we're going to roll this up and make it as thin as possible. Then we'll just do a twist. Just a simple design. Done. We're going to attach the crown mold on top, and this will sit here nicely. So we're going to place this here, and we'll place another here. We now proceed with the top bar, the top arc for the gate. This is for this side. So we chop out the excess. Cake is all, now our cake is all done. We're going to try and create some animals to put in the zoo. And I'll be making an alligator, and my assistant here, Innocent, will make a panda. Thank you. Use our googly eyes for the alligator's eye. Then we go on with the legs. So we'll just try and replicate this scaly body on the alligator. We're done with our animals. We successfully made a crocodile and a panda. So we're going to introduce them into our zoo. In a sense, please bake the cake so we can place these animals on the cake. We'll put our panda here by the gate, welcoming all the kids to the zoo, and we'll put the crocodile way on top.
This cake looks amazing.
Thank you very much.
Two of you have done a wonderful job here. I love the coloring, the green, everything looks very bright. I think any kid will appreciate this Zoom team. Do you agree?
Totally.
Even adults, because even I am loving this team cake already. It's just beautiful and amazing.
Thank you.
But as amazing as it looks, we have to taste this cake.
Absolutely.
So let's have a taste of it.
Thank you.
Delicious. In spite, like if you read it, I can still taste the strawberry in it. Just tastes very yummy and amazing. This is just wonderful. If you want a strawberry puree cake, you can, always order for something like this, or you can get on your creative side and follow all the steps and procedure that our amazing bakers here have displayed, and you can come up with something this yummy. Remember that challenges can either make or mar a man. I do hope that you've had fun watching Baker's World today. I will see you next week with another interesting and exciting episode of Baker's World. You can follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It's Baker's World on NTA. See you next week. I am Funke Oyele. Bye for now.